Samuel Leroy Jackson was born in Washington, D.C., on December 21, 1948. He was the only child of his parents, Elizabeth Harriet and Roy Henry Jackson. He grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. His father lived apart from the family in Kansas City, Missouri, and later passed away due to problems with alcohol. Samuel only met his father twice during his life. He was primarily raised by his mother, who worked in a factory and later as a supplies buyer for a mental institution. He was also looked after by his maternal grandparents, Edgar and Pearl Montgomery, as well as other extended family members. Through DNA tests, it was found that Samuel Jackson has some ancestry from the Benga people of Gabon. In 2019, he became a naturalized citizen of Gabon. He attended segregated schools during his education and graduated from Riverside High School in Chattanooga. While in school, he played various musical instruments like the French horn, piccolo, trumpet, and flute in the school orchestra. As a child, he developed a stutter but learned to overcome it by pretending to be other people who didn't stutter. He sometimes still uses strong language like mother ***** to help him get through speech difficulties, and there are still days when he stutters. Initially, he had plans to study marine biology, but during his time at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, he discovered his passion for acting. He joined a local acting group to earn extra points for a class, and this experience sparked his interest in acting. He eventually changed his major to pursue a career in acting. Before graduating in 1972, he co-founded the Just Us Theater, Samuel L. However, he later changed his major to architecture. It wasn't until he took a public speaking class and got involved in a production of The Threepenny Opera that he discovered his passion for drama. He began his acting career on the stage, performing in plays like Home and A Soldier's Play, which served as the basis for the 1984 film, A Soldier's Story. He also appeared in several television films and made his debut in feature films with the independent movie, Together for Days, in 1972. After these early roles, he moved from Atlanta to New York City in 1976. Over the next 10 years, he focused on performing in stage plays, including the premieres of The Piano Lesson and Two Trains Running at the Yale Repertory Theater. To support himself while auditioning for acting roles, he worked as an overnight security guard at the Manhattan Plaza apartment complex. During this time, Samuel L. Jackson struggled with addiction to alcohol and cocaine, which unfortunately prevented him from taking his 2 stage plays to Broadway. Other actors, Charles S. Dutton and Anthony Chisholm, had to step in to replace him in those roles. In 2020, Samuel L. Jackson appeared in a TV documentary series called Enslaved. He co-presented the show with investigative journalist Afua Hirsch. In 2021, he was part of the cast in the movie Spiral, from the Book of Saw, where he starred alongside Chris Rock. After an 11-year break from stage acting, Samuel L. Jackson made a return to Broadway. He played the character Doka Charles in a revival of August Wilson's The Piano Lesson. He shared the stage with actors John David Washington and Danielle Brooks. The 2022 production was directed by his wife, Latonia Richardson Jackson. For his performance in this play, he received a nomination for a Tony Award in the category of Best Featured Actor in a Play. Samuel L. Jackson is going to produce a live-action movie based on Afro Samurai. He will also act in a remake of the movie, The Last Dragon, where he'll play the character Shonuff. He's going to play the role of Nick Fury once again in the Disney Plus series Secret Invasion, and he's also set to reprise his role as Nick Fury in The Marvels, which is the sequel to the movie Captain Marvel. During the 1990s, a company called AC Nielsen ECI, which tracked box office earnings, found that Samuel L. Jackson appeared in more films than any other actor that collectively made $1.7 billion at the domestic box office. By 2011, the movies in which Jackson played a leading role or a significant supporting role had earned a total of somewhere between $2.81 billion and $4.91 billion in North America. This made him the 7th highest grossing lead actor and the 2nd highest grossing actor overall. with only voice actor Frank Welker ahead of him. In the 2009 edition of the Guinness World Records, which used a different method to calculate movie earnings, it was stated that Samuel L. Jackson was the world's highest-grossing actor, with his movies generating a total of $7.42 billion across 68 films. As of 2022, data compiled by the Golden Globes showed that Jackson's movies had collectively earned more than $27 billion across 152 films. This has firmly established him as the highest-grossing actor and the second highest-grossing individual in the film industry, just behind Stan Lee, who was primarily known for his cameo appearances in films.